So if you're a little short on story ideas or you're just looking for a tool to help you practice writing or improve your writing skills, then I have a tool today that will help you dramatically by both giving you really interesting ideas as well as acting as a tool to help you maintain consistent writing habits. So generating story ideas can be a bit of a challenge. We often know what kind of stories we like, but often it's hard for us to kind of put a finger on the exact things we like about a story or the things that kind of captured our attention in the first place. Was it the characters? Was it the plot? Was it the unique theme of the work? Was it the style of the writing? So the writing prompt tool that we're going to look at today takes the kind of story concepts you like, remixes them with new genres, new characters, new theme ideas, and then outputs interesting ideas for you to expand on. So here I'm using Scribble's writing prompt generator, which again I've linked to below. But here we can access this tool by going to any book that you have within your book catalog and then clicking on any of the chapters within that book that you're working on. Now over to the right, you'll see this little magic wand icon. So click on that if you want to follow along. Again, a link to sign up for Scribble if you're not already a user can be found below. So what makes this writing prompt generator better than others that are out there? First of all writing prompts that I generate with this prompt generator, I can save directly within the application itself. Not only can I save the prompt, but of course all of my own work developing these prompts into more kind of fleshed out story ideas as well. Now, notice over here on your main book catalog page, you have a section for writing prompts and practice. Now, this gives you a dedicated place where you can keep track of all your writing, training, or practice work. This allows you to always see how far you've come and how much you've progressed as a writer. Second, these prompts are all generated by artificial intelligence, so you'll never get the same prompt twice. Now, the AI was also trained to give you interesting prompts. So, what makes a prompt interesting? First, these prompts won't just output ideas for you to ramble on about. These prompts will always contain essentially the basic seed of a good story. You'll always have a character, and that character will always have both an external and internal conflict that they need to overcome. Second, the prompt will generate a character who cares about something, essentially a character who has a goal. This will help set you off in the right direction. Third, these prompts will also include an AI-generated obstacle that will get in your character's way of achieving their goal. So embedded within the prompt, there will generally be the beginnings of some complex choices that the character will need to make. Often in these prompts, the choice isn't obvious, and the character will need to choose between the lesser of two evils. Fourth, this prompt generator allows you to create prompts in the genre of your choice. So for example, if you're writing literary fiction, there is an option for that, as there is for fantasy, romance, contemporary fiction, horror, and many others. Fifth, this prompt generator allows you to reference a book or movie that you want to use as a jumping off point for your own story. Now, this can get actually really interesting, especially when it comes to remixing ideas. So for example, maybe if I wanted to write a romance novel, but I was currently really inspired by Dune, I could just kind of mix these two concepts together to see what I get out. Actually, out of curiosity, let's run this to see what I get. So here it says the main character is a young woman named Clara, who is the eldest daughter of a powerful noble family in a distant desert kingdom. She is caught between two fates, and it goes on and on. So here we kind of have the two fates she's caught between and the decisions she's going to need to make. So it helps you by kind of giving you a prompt where it's kind of a lot of conflict is already embedded within the prompt, which acts as a kind of easier jumping off point for you to start the writing process. Also, I'm just kind of skimming the prompt here, but as you can see, it has the elements that I mentioned above. It has a character with an internal as well as external conflict, a character who cares about something, who has a goal, obstacles that stand in this character's way, and the prompt also pushes me in the direction of a specific genre. Now, these things on their own are enough to get you going, but there's one other feature within Scribble which makes this writing prompt generator the best tool out there, and that's this input field here, where we can modify the output to include specific details about the fragments of the story which we might already have in mind. So for example, perhaps I know my protagonist is female and I know her name is Zara. So in Scribble, I created her over on this People and Places tab here. So here's her character profile and her avatar, and perhaps I want to use this character as my kind of jumping off point for the story. So I can enter any of that information here. So for instance, I can say that this story will be told from the point of view of Zara, who's a 25-year-old female. And now let's see what the AI story generator whips up. Now, as you can see, it's pretty interesting. So here it says Zara is living in a small desert town. She's surrounded by a world of tradition and strict rules, which she doesn't quite understand. She's torn between her growing feelings for her childhood friend Ahmed and her family's expectations for her to marry a more suitable partner. It goes on, but here you get the idea that it's remixing what we put in up here, and it's giving an output by mashing all of these strange ideas together. So in terms of story or idea generation tools, it can give you quite custom outputs. Or perhaps you don't know who your character is yet, so you can't use that as a jumping off point. But maybe you do have an urge to tell your story in a specific location. So you could also add something like that to the input box down here. Let's say, for example, that you wanted to tell a dystopian story that took place amongst desert ruins. Now notice how we input that, the writing prompt changes. So here we have our new prompt. Now, in a dystopian world of desert ruins, a young woman must choose between two suitors, a mysterious stranger and the son of a powerful local ruler. Both suitors offer her the same thing, a chance to escape her current life of poverty and oppression. But her decision comes at a price, and she must choose between the safety and security of the ruling family or the unknown but exciting future with the stranger. Again, it goes on, but here you see now, rather than using character as our own custom prompt, we're using a location. So it's changing that prompt a little bit to give us the location that we're looking for. So the really interesting thing is that you can either use this writing prompt generator to give you your idea, or you can use it to help you shape an idea that you already have. So if you have a prompt book created within Scribble, every day, essentially what you could do is you could write just by adding a new chapter here and then just creating a new prompt for that chapter. This way, you can have a book dedicated to your practice writing work. Now here, I used our AI book cover art generator tool designed kind of specifically for my prompt book, where I can keep all of my practice writing, but notice here that it's separated from my main writing work, essentially. Now, writing prompts not only helps you generate new writing ideas, but writing prompts also helps you perfect your craft. It helps you experiment with new writing styles, and it allows you to work outside of your kind of go-to genres or your comfort zone in a really kind of low-risk writing environment. So if used correctly and you're using well-crafted prompts, these prompts can actually be invaluable tools for writers. So enjoy playing around with the writing prompt generation tool within Scribble. Again, a link to Scribble and this writing prompt tool can be found in the description below. Lastly, don't forget to like and subscribe as we publish new tutorials for writers frequently. Thanks for stopping by today.